One of the first videos I ever released on my channel was fitting an immersion heater coil into my tank. Just over a year on now, and I've used it a lot. I've had found out a lot about it, and today I'm going to answer some of the most popular questions I'm asked concerning the immersion heater coil. So I think the first one is how hot does the water get? Well, there's a lot of variables in this. Depends how long you have the immersion heater on, how hot the water is to start with. But as a rough guide, if I have it on for 10 hours, I'd say the water starts at about just over 12 degrees. By the next morning, it's up to around 50 degrees, and that usually works pretty well. How much does it cost to run an immersion heater? Well, my immersion heater is a 2 kilowatt heater. I run it for 10 hours a night. My electric costs me 11.5p per kilowatt hour. So with a 2 kilowatt immersion heater, that's 1 kilowatt hours I use, or 2 units I use each hour. So that's 23 pence an hour. If I leave my immersion heater coil on for 10 hours, it's cost me £2.30 to run it for a whole night, to have a tank of hot water all day the next day. How much heat does it lose over the whole day? I've got my tank really well insulated. I wrapped it in a space blanket insulation that you can see on the original video. And I find that it only loses about 10 degrees over the whole day. So by the end of the day, if I started off with it about 50, I've still got water in the tank, which is 40 degrees, which is plenty. Why did you fit the immersion heater coil instead of the water on demand heater? There's a couple of reasons. First of all, I didn't like the idea of carrying gas bottles around. To carry a gas bottle around, you need to have it in a crate and have it vented, and I didn't want to be messing around with that. The second reason is, come to winter and your van's always cold, it always freezes up overnight when it's really cold, you have to put a heater in. I don't have to bother with that anymore. The hot water coming from my tank keeps my whole van nice and warm. Why did I use a 2 kilowatt immersion heater coil instead of a 3 kilowatt, even though a 3 kilowatt is quite often cheaper to buy? A 3 kilowatt immersion heater coil is too much for a household extension lead. If you do put a 3 kilowatt in, which I know a few lads have done, you need a separate circuit on your consumer unit to plug it in with, and a heavier duty cable. You can't just plug it in with a ordinary extension lead, because there's too much draw on it. The cable will get hot, you could end up having a fire. Does it leak? And what sort of seal did I put around it? All I did was use the little O-ring that came with the immersion heater when it first came, and I fitted it. I haven't used any silicone, and I've never had a single drip come out of it. I've only got an upright tank and I can't reach the bottom. Will this affect it? Well, yes, first thing in the morning you will get a cold spot in the bottom of the tank. Mine's fitted right at the bottom, but I know a few folks that got it fitted a bit further up. I know certain ones that have fitted a little pump to circulate the water around as it's heating, but I don't need to do that because mine's fitted right at the bottom. So the lower to the bottom you can get it, the better heat distribution you'll get through the whole tank. I have found when I start off in the morning that the temperature might be, say, 40 degrees when I first take it. By the time I got to the first job, the tank's sloshed around, the whole lot's had a chance to heat up and all mixing together, and it's normally gone up by about 10 or 15 degrees. Have I fitted a thermostat? Well, the immersion heater coil that I use has got 2 thermostats fitted to it. The one controls the temperature, and then the second one is an override over the whole lot. I hope this has answered a few questions for you. If you're thinking about doing it, I definitely recommend it. It's really made a difference to working for me. It's a lot warmer, it's a lot better in the winter, keeps your van warm, you don't need to worry about your pipes freezing up in the winter, and yeah, I really like it. It cleans much better having the hot water on demand. So I hope you found this useful and interesting. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and press the little bell icon, and YouTube will let you know every time I release a video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.